Hello everybody, my name is Raven Dragoon and I'm here to review another replay. This one is by a player who is quite a bit higher than I am in MMR, so I'm a bit nervous about exactly how much help I can be, but I'll take a look and see what I can do. In this case, the user goes by the name of, oh my god, Reactionary Vizier. He says he's 4.7k. Pretty intimidating. I've played a decent number of games at around that skill level. I have a good number of friends who are about 5k or so, so I generally play in the sort of like high 4k average matches. I myself am about 4k. Okay. Cool. Okay. So it looks like you're not mid. You bought support items. And you're starting with an Orb of Venom, Tangos, and Iron Branch. I'm not so sure how I feel about this. First of all, because support Pugna is not something I'm a fan of. I think it's generally a waste. Because he scales so well, and he does pretty good against most mids. I think you should be holding onto your skill points for longer. You don't necessarily need to skill something and say, what if Ursa comes to contest her and maybe you needed to crep yourself. Situations like that. I think you also need at least one clarity, maybe two. I don't think Iron Branches are very good in the current patch because they just don't offer a whole lot. I'd almost always rather have a clarity because it keeps me away from base, it keeps me away from the shrine. I think the number one mistake that support players make is not bringing enough regen to lane. Same thing goes for carries, but support players is much more noticeable because you're oftentimes the one going up here. You're oftentimes the one bullying the offlaner. And it looks like that's what you intend to do because you bought an Orb of Venom. Since the Orb of Venom changed where it now deals more magic damage, I've found myself getting more kills, like level 1. Oh, poor baby. I find myself getting more kills that I feel like I shouldn't be getting. I like that you're staying out of creep aggro range and that you're getting these free pot shots off. But you're not getting a whole lot of value out of the Orb of Venom. You're also soaking XP here, and I think because it is a Windrunner, you would also be getting a lot of value if you were just pulling, because then you're getting money, and Pugna doesn't really like to be the 5 position. And look at this. It's 1 minute 21 seconds. You have 1 tango left. And you're eating right clicks from these the melee creeps. I think right here you need to go around behind and try and whack her. If you're gonna do this thing where you're just gonna try and harass her and not pull it all, do it from a position over here where you can do it a lot better. But it's gonna be hard because Windrunner has a better right click than you do, even though both of you have pretty low armor. Alright, this is pretty good. She's being forced out pretty effectively, but because she brought more regen to lane, you're losing this war. Like, she may be low health, and you are definitely doing a lot of damage to her, but you're still not even level 2 yet, and she's almost level 3. If you'd pulled, you would have denied a lot of XP to her. Right now, like, if you're playing Ogre, I think going up to Whacker is the correct thing to do, but right now, you would be at a bigger level. The difference would not be so high if you'd pulled, is what I'm saying. Yeah, and you're out of regen, which means you have to be super careful. This is hard. Spectre's a terrible laner. And she brought enough regen and a PMS, so it's probably fine. But Windrunner is down to 3 tangos, you're down to 0. I just wish you were pulling. This is good, but you're going to take a pot shot from this range creep if it draws aggro on you, like it just did. Now you're scared because you're out of regen, and because you've now missed a Decorrupt Netherblast combo, you are out of mana. In that situation, you just need to check your mana before you try and go for a 2-skill combo. It's one of the other things that I've been doing lately that helps me play better. Just checking how much mana you have. See, right now, you are pretty close to death. Like, if a Mirana lands an arrow on you, if she weren't jungling right now, or if she were actually, like, roaming bottom, you get arrowed, you die. Generally, when I play 5-position support, I start with, on a hero like Pugna, who has expensive spells, I start with 2 Clarities, Salve, Tango, Sentry, Obs, Obs. Or, like, Courier Obs. Alright, this should be a kill. Oh, I guess Spec didn't have enough mana for that thing. That's unfortunate. Ooh, the shit talk. Yes. And you ferried yourself tangos. But you're taking away from your teammates' use of the courier, which is problematic. Right now you're just soaking XP. I want you to be taking the 42-second pull, pulling it to lane, and then connecting it here, because Windrunner is not in lane because you forced her back. She is now, which is fair, but you can at least get some experience out of this, and you know, especially now that this is pushing, you should not just be waiting for the 53-second pull. I believe Hellbears are one of the camps that actually, well, I guess because it's stacked you can, but I believe Hellbears are one of the camps that has trouble killing the wave if you pull it to the hard camp. I think pulling is something you could have been doing sooner, because Spec had a pretty early PMS, which means that she was able to last hit creeps under tower, you know. But if you'd done this when Windrunner was level 1 or level 2, she wouldn't be able to contest it so freely, because she'd be at an even level with you, and you'd both have more regen because it was the beginning of the game. Looks like Ursa killed the PA. Oh man, the raindrops are so value for this guy. I mentioned this in the other replay that I reviewed for the other user, but raindrops are fucking great on most heroes. They're excellent. They're more mana regen than a Basilius, and they offer you damage block against shit like Ursa Stomp, against Mystic Stake, against Power Shot, against Rana Arrow, against Necro. It can be the difference between life and death. I've had them save me so many times. And now, this is this problem that Pugna support has, where if you're playing a mid, you'd be like level 7 right now, or level 6. And now you're just not doing much, you're just soaking XP. Watching this, I just get the feeling that you don't play Pugna support, or I'm getting the feeling that you don't play a whole lot of support. Or maybe you play other heroes who are more aggressive like Ogre, because you're kind of playing this like an Ogre would play this. But unfortunately, you don't have 8 base HP regen like Ogre does, so you're now suffering. I'm gonna start speeding through this. I don't know where you were in the pick order when you picked Pugna, but I feel like you picked the wrong hero for how you're playing this. And see, now it's 7 minutes and you don't have Windlace and you don't have boots. And on Pugna this matters a bit less because you start with crazy movement speed. But if you're playing another 5 position and you were without boots at 7 minutes, that's kind of bad. Like, the latest I would ever want to get brown boots is like 9 minutes, 10 minutes at most, if I have a terrible lane and I can't pull and just everything's going wrong. A lot of people do this thing when they're playing 5 positions, is they say, oh, because I'm a 5 position, I need to be warding, so I'm going to devote all of my money to bare essentials and wards. But you being able to help your team is pretty important. I think you need to have a Windlace or Raindrops or some form of HP regen right now. I think Tranquil Boots are fucking great right now because you're having problems with regen and because you're not going to be casting as much as a mid-position Pugna. And also, if you're getting like 90 movement speed in addition to 335, you're gonna be fucking race car. You could have been at mid like 10 seconds ago if you had Tranquils. I mean, obviously you wouldn't have them by now because like you're low level, but still. Okay. You're forced home. If you'd had a salve when you started, this would not be the case. Now you're getting a 3rd ward, and more tangos, and a town portal scroll. If you've been pulling and not harassing the Windrunner, you would have been saving money on the tangos and the salve, and you would probably have like half a Tranquils by now, maybe raindrops as well. And I also think that just Pugna 5 is kind of bad. Your Nyx needs to be helping you with wards, but he's going Dagon 5 rush, which is, in my opinion, bad. Looks like you're getting some good damage in. Well, you just soaked XP for that one, that's fine. If he'd been about to leave, you could have just decrept and blasted. I like the fact that you're not getting Nether Ward right now. I think it's a pretty shit level 1 ability, and I think Decrepify is pretty good, especially because on your team you have a Nyx, and that's more magic damage. The problem is you do have 3 right clickers on your team, although Spectre admittedly won't matter for like another 20 minutes. By that time you should have Necro max, or Decrepify maxed anyway. I like that you're farming these camps, but you weren't farming them early. The efficiency goes up as you increase in level because you're getting more damage for your mana. I'd like it if you were stacking some of these camps and then farming them with Nether Blast once you're like 5 or 7. When I play Jakiro, I do this a lot, where I like stack camps and then farm them. It's a great way to stay in the game. It's a great way to get an item faster than you ordinarily would. It makes you feel like you're not being cucked over so hard by being a 5 position. I hope you get boots here. Okay, thank God. Yeah, now you're pretty fast. Your team is suffering a little bit. One thing I will point out is that even though in the first like 5 minutes of the game you don't really want to be soaking lane farm from your carry, there's nothing really wrong with, after this, hanging out behind your cores in case they get ganked. Like, I do this a lot when I play Venge, or Ogre, or Jakiro, even if I'm doing something like Disruptor. If your Spectre's farming and you have nothing better to do, there's nothing really wrong with hanging out in these trees and waiting for them to attempt to kill her. And then you just glimpse them back, or you Ice Path, or you swap. Because keeping your core alive prevents a 600 gold differential. Because if they kill her, they get like 300 gold. And if she dies, she loses 300 gold. So just by you staying there, you're keeping a 600 gold differential from happening. And that's great to do if you've got nothing better. It's better than just absent-mindedly walking between mid and bottom, which I see a lot of 5 positions do. Right now you're not doing much. I would like it if you're pulling this. Even though it's like late, it's still keeping Spectre close to here, which is safer for her by a lot, especially because they have an Ursa, Mirana, Necro, Wind. That's a lot of kill potential. If you're pulling this, she would be slightly safer. Now, she might not die anyway because, you know, the enemy team might not be terribly coordinated. Oh man, if you'd had raindrops there, that would have been a lot of health that you'd saved. Alright, I hope you blow your load on her. Oh man. So I think if you Nether Blasted to start and then immediately cast your Life Drain while the Nether Blast was like doing its animation, that would have been a kill. Looks like your Spectre got it, which is great. But she had to use Haunt for that, and if she has to use Haunt in the next 3 minutes, she can't. So if you'd gotten that kill, it would have been almost preferable, even though she is getting some gold out of that. Haunt has a long-ass cooldown. It's part of why she wasn't played at TI7. There isn't a whole lot you can do here. I think the correct thing to do is just stack this easy camp. It's 50 seconds right now, and then just farm it. I don't think you're gonna get a kill out of this, but yeah. I guess he had Nether Strike. I forgot how strong the stun lock was, and I guess because she leaped in the wrong direction, she didn't break the life drain. Maybe that's why I'm 4K and you're 5K. Alright, you should be able to kill this guy. Aw, damn. I wish you did Decrep there. He would have taken so much damage to you and Nyx. Checking minimap for things like that. One other thing, when you enter a game, make sure you memorize which color is which hero, Because if you'd known, oh, blue is Nyx, and you'd seen Nyx on your minimap, you would have been like, oh, this is a kill if I decrep, and then Nyx walks up and just pops all the shit. Admittedly, he can't Vendetta during the decrep, but it shouldn't matter because you're getting more life drain out of it, and you're getting more Nether Blast out of it, and you're getting more Impale, you're getting more mana burn. I think it's worth it compared to, like, what is this, 250 damage? I think the combination of the Spell Amp is more than 250 damage, and it's also more slow. He can always, or the Spear Breaker can always charge him after the decrep is over. Yeah. See, if you were doing the thing that I mentioned, where you just sit behind your core out of vision and just wait for them to try and kill her, because you know what's gonna happen, right? You know the enemy team's like, oh, Spectre, our hardest carry in the game, we gotta kill her. You can just wait for them to do it. Even if it takes 5 minutes, you're preventing 600 gold differential, and if there's literally nothing better for you to do, or if you are very scared of dying yourself, this is always a good fallback, I feel. Like, let's say you waste 3 minutes waiting for them to try and kill her, but then you eventually do it. 3 minutes divided by 600 gold is 200 gold a minute. Pretty big difference, right? Oh man, water is so tasty. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but I'm glad that you waited until you ghost routed to Nether Blast. Right now you should be hitting this. You should be hitting this tower with a Nether Blast. You are admittedly low health, and I'm glad you have raindrops right now. That's super good because it means that you're less likely to die to a straight power shot or arrow. Now you need to figure out how to protect the Spectre. You need to plant these wards. I think here is good because it covers this entrance to the jungle and this one. And they're going to be trying to gank through the jungle. Maybe even pop a sentry there because Mirana is definitely going to use her Moonlight Shadow to try and kill the Spectre. You don't always have to use sentries just to deward. I feel like generally people are buying pretty good items this game. Definitely can tell it's not 2K. Everyone gets raindrops. Raindrops are fucking excellent. Alright. So, the scan actually caught the Dire because Mirana was near the pit. Which is why I'm personally... I will never walk near somebody soloing Roshan, simply for that reason. Because the whole reason they killed the Ursa is because the Mirana was near the pit, even though she didn't go in. So even if you know they don't have wards, you might get caught in a scan. However, standing like here, I think is fine. Oh, you're gonna... That's unfortunate. I'll actually rewind a bit because I was a little distracted. Okay. So even though you guys have a ward here, and even though Ursa smoked to go in, because... I actually don't know why the Spectre scanned. It was a good scan though. I thought the Windrunner, not the Mirana, was wrong. Okay, I'm gonna slow down and watch you. Okay, good damage. Maybe you should have waited until the Spear Breaker charged to decrepify. I think here you're dead. If you'd followed your team, you might have lived. I don't think there's a way you could have survived the Windrunner. You had raindrops and everything. It's just the problem of Pugna being pretty squishy, even if he gets levels. Because you have, like, one of the crappiest strength gains in the game. Although I have to say, patch 7.06 is pretty good for people with low strength gain. Because it means that they're getting proportionally more. You used to have 1.3 per level, but now you're 1.5 because they bumped everybody by 2.
Middle tower is under pressure.
Okay, we're about halfway through this. I feel like with position 5, the first 15 through 25 minutes are... Well, 0 to 25 minutes is the most important time frame for a support. Definitely. Pugna scales better, which is why I don't think he should be played as a support. Oh, this guy fucked up. He might die. I like that Decrepify, that was an excellent Decrep. Yeah, good try. That just came off cooldown. It's probably not possible to save him. Maybe if you'd life trained on him, he would have lived. I would be okay with that. Another reason why you can get Tranquils if you're doing support Pugna, because then you have more ability to. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's gonna suck to do this, but if you are serious about playing support, memorize the stack timings for all these camps. So for instance, I can tell you this one's 53 to 55, so it's pretty generous. It's also 53 to 55. This one's like 56 or this one's pretty strict. It's 56 basically. This one's like 56 to 57. This one is the latest one in the game. You can do it 57. This one's like 56. And you just memorize these. This one's 56, 55, 53. And it sucks, but after playing enough support, you'll realize that this is really useful to have. And I still fuck up camps. Like, sometimes I'll screw up, but it's extremely useful. Especially if you're playing somebody like Pugna or Jakiro, or if you're just stacking for a core. Like, say you have a Sven on your team, not fucking up your stacks can be really big. It can mean the difference between Blink Dagger timings. Alright, let's watch this in slow motion. I like this Nether Ward. I think it could be further over here to try and catch some more spells, because this guy is about to be out of range of it. He's dead though. But, like, Necro's not in range of it. If you put it here, then the next spells that Necro's about to cast would trigger it. I guess it still works. Okay. I like this. Alright. This is where I wish you had Dust. Well, of course, it's easy to say that once you need to have Dust, but versus Mirana, a lot of people forget to buy it because she's not really an invis hero in the traditional sense, but she still has it, and it's pretty strong. She's not like a bounty hunter where you say, oh, to kill her we need Dust. It's more like, to kill anyone on our team we need Dust, but pretty infrequently. So you can, like, hang on to the Dust, and then whenever she uses it and you get a kill off of it, you just pop it in your backpack for like another minute. I think if you Decrepify her, she lives. Oh yeah, no, cool. Looks like Spectre's pretty close to her radiance at 20 minutes. It's slow by professional standards, but for this game where they were trying to kill her so much, I'm okay with that. I think if you hung out with her a little bit and stopped some of those kills, you would have been helping your Spectre get a faster radiance, which can be really important. Rip. Looks like you're gonna have to win. Good. Oh no, you need to do the Decrep first. So level 4 win run lasts fucking forever. I don't like this build of doing 1-4-4-1. Even though it's a really strong slow, I just feel like getting a long ass shackle can help you get so many kills. Especially if she's up against somebody like a PA, who the second she's unshackled, she just blinks away. So like, say you've got a Spirit Breaker who charges on the PA. He's an additional stun lock, right? But if you get a shackle in addition to that, the PA fucking dies. There's almost no way she doesn't. Good dodge, Mr. Nix. Alright. Arcane Boots are probably fine. Your team doesn't really need mana so much though, because you already have Arcanes on Nyx. And your Spirit Breaker has mana regen. Your Spectre has mana regen. I guess your PA wants mana regen, but she isn't using a totally huge number of spells. I like that PA got Helvin's Halberd versus this Medusa and this Ursa, but I'm not sure she should have done it first item. This is something that I don't know a whole lot about because I got to 4K by playing 4 and 5. I didn't get to 4K by playing one position, so I don't know a whole lot. Okay, I'm not sure why you're here. I'm also not sure that you can defend bot. Okay, now it's good. Now you're taking this tier 1. This is fine. I don't think you really could have defended bot. Generally, I feel like tier 2s aren't worth defending, and if you're taking this tower faster, it's fine. On the other hand, if you were going to take it anyway with just PA, you maybe didn't need to have been there, and you could have been farming jungle camps. Alright, this is unfortunate. You need to blast this as soon as possible, because these things are basically a mobile war that's giving the enemy team vision of you. Okay. Okay. I think as soon as you saw the Windrunner Windrun, you needed to decrep her. And I say this because if she's got 100% evasion anyway, then decrepping her isn't actually that bad. Because, you know, so what if you can't right-click her? You're not going to hit any of your attacks. But it's a slow that wastes a lot of the duration of her Windrun. Alright. You need to hope Decrepify comes off cooldown in time. Luckily, you're fucking Speedy Gonzalez because you're a Pugna. And then you need to TP out right the fuck now. Although, you might have died to a Reaper Scythe. Maybe if you'd decrept and then fogged, you could have gotten out as well, but I guess it worked out. I like that you have a stick. Ursa casts a decent number of spells, strangely. Necro casts a lot of spells. You maybe didn't need to upgrade it to a wand. I'm also not sure about Aethelon's first item. It's admittedly excellent on Pugna, but I think playing 5 position, you almost want to get like casual Voidstone, Tranquil Boots, and then maybe a Glimmer. Maybe even versus the Ursa, a Ghost Scepter. Yeah, see this I agree with. I think just standing behind cores. After you're out of the first 15 minutes, soaking XP doesn't matter, and you should do it kind of a lot, because being together with your team matters a lot, and you're not going to get an appreciable amount of XP sucked from your core. I'm glad that you have TP. The Nyx is going to try and kill somebody and then probably die. He has an E-Blade, holy shit. That's actually pretty good versus the Ursa, I agree with that. And the Medusa. You guys have a lot of control, definitely tells me this is like a 4 or 5k game. You guys are getting good items, generally. So now that I think about it more, I think PA should have done like phase drums into Heaven's Halberd, or maybe Spirit Breaker should have just taken a higher farm priority and gotten the Heaven's Halberd. Oh shit! I missed things. I guess there wasn't much to miss. Probably just took a good fight. The reason I say drums is because Leap gives bonus movement speed to everyone around her, and Windrunner is pretty good to run away. Windrunner is one of the few people who can actually get away from a PA if she plays it right, even though PA is very good at chasing, so the drums could help her with that. She could also have picked up an Orb of Venom or like, I don't know. I am not so good at these decisions. Also, Spectre's not going drums, because, you know, she went for a Radiance Rush, which I think is fine. I don't know how much time Spectre spent in the jungle, but if she spent a lot of time there, she should have maybe just picked up an Iron Talon instead of leaving it at a Quelling Blade. Would have made her get a Radiance possibly a couple minutes faster if she got it early enough and she was spending enough time in jungle. Oh, look at that int growth. You now hit for 111. I like this. I like that you're taking farm that your cores aren't using. Big thing that I see like 2K supports do is they say, oh no, I shan't ever take farm, because how dare I, I'm a 5 position. Like, if it's going to go to waste anyway, why the fuck wouldn't you take the farm? If you want money, you can get a Force Staff, you can get a Glimmer Cape, even if you're playing like a really, really, really 5 position support. Alright, she should die. I'm actually glad you didn't decrep there, because if Ursa comes in, you need the decrep up, and you would have slowed down the kill, because PA does a lot of damage. Alright, you're about to die. I think. If Ursa... yeah. Heartstopper Aura is fucking good. Okay. If I hadn't seen the replay before I downloaded it, or if I hadn't seen the match results, I wouldn't know who's about to win. I would honestly think Dyer has a advantageous position here. But, you know, if you're not winning the game by 30 minutes and you're up against a Spectre, you might be in trouble. Although, to be honest, the same goes for Medusa. This is kind of an interesting game of crazy carry versus crazy carry. You don't have a whole lot of mana burn for the Medusa. I would kind of be okay with PA going Diffusal here. I hope she goes the next item because it's pretty good. It takes away Windrun, it takes away Ghost Shroud, and it takes away her Medusa's mana. So I think Diffusal is the call for this PA. Maybe for this Spectre as well. You know, just itemize against your opponents. Okay. Yeah, so you just saw that. Good. He now doesn't want to take it. I'm not sure Spirit Breaker should be charging him. This is kind of risky. You know they're all probably farming jungle because nothing's happening in this match. Okay. He managed to get his Enrage off. That saved his ass. This is like a 80% damage reduction. Yep. Shackle to a tree. The Radiance is going to do work here though. Good suck. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Look at that nuke. That's crazy. That was like 600 damage. Now Nyx needs to find something to Midas. Oh, she wants you to give her health. It's like, you're so low, it doesn't matter. I hope she has... No, she doesn't have any lifesteal. She has the talent, though. Okay. So if you had a Tranquils, you could just get all that back within, like, 45 seconds. So now you're probably going to be low for a while. You might need to even Shrine, but this Shrine's on cooldown. Now this is risky. A stray arrow can kill you, because you don't have raindrops anymore. Alright, I like that you life drained Roshan. That's pretty good. Okay. I think you need to buy a Ghost Scepter right now.
The prize is mine.
Admittedly, you're doing pretty well. 2-2-14. It's not bad. Most of my nitpicks are just things of like, you could have done this slightly more perfectly, maybe avoided dying, which I'm sure is what you expected considering the fact that you're like 1,000 MMR above me. I think the main problems with this game are just the fact that you tried to play Pugna 5 position, which I personally think is kind of bad. I asked some of my higher MMR friends and they agree, so this isn't just some 4K bullshit. But you know, who am I to judge? Keck. Alright. Just try speeding through this. It just occurred to me I might not have enough disk space on my hard drive. Okay. I'm sure you're just gonna slow push these towers. Yeah, you need to decrep the Ursa if he tries to fight, or decrep the Medusa. But you know she has Lincoln, so this is probably a good call to just leave. You need to be placing your Nether Ward in safer positions. I didn't see where you placed it, but it looks like it died pretty fast. If you have Aether Lens plus the cast range talent, you can actually just place it like pretty deep into the trees, and then it's hard to deal with. It's just something that the enemy can't play around. They can't kill. That guy's dead. He didn't see the thing, I guess. Looks like he won this. I'm glad she went Diffusal. Diffusal's fucking great this game. Look at this guy. He doesn't even have the mana to leap. Yeah. Look at that shit. This guy's out of mana. Yup. Pop goes the weasel. Alright, I feel like that's pretty much it. You're just gonna take the game. I'm sure you're gonna probably have a couple more fights. But that's basically my thoughts. Most of the criticisms that I have pertain to the early game, because that's where supports are most important. And right now you're 2-2 and 17, so obviously you did something right. That's basically the ideal support 5-position KDA. Yep. Cool. Have a good one.